12 Years a Slave is undoubtedly one of the most powerful Oscar contenders, an unflinching portrayal of slavery, adapted from a book written by the film's central character, Solomon Northup. Saratoga Springs in New York State is the town where Northup lived before he was kidnapped into slavery in 1841. This was Solomon Northup's neighbourhood. He walked these streets with his wife and children as a free man. During his 12 years in slavery, for him, Saratoga Springs came to symbolise freedom. But the town that meant so much to him has yet to fully embrace his memory. What does the name Solomon Northup mean to you?
I don't really know. I don't really know.
I think it has something to do with publishing.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Is he a celebrated figure in the town?
I don't think so. This was the first I ever heard of it.
Everyone we've spoken to doesn't seem to know the name of someone who's being celebrated by Hollywood now.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people in this town have kind of forgot about his heritage.
Renee Moore fought for a Solomon Northup Day in Saratoga Springs. She says it's vital the town marks his legacy.
You have to acknowledge your history, good or bad, and then be able to move on from there. Because as long as you're in denial that this is a common history and this is what has happened, you don't move forward.
Shall be beaten with many stripes.
Much has been made of the film being uncomfortable viewing. Certain scenes are incredibly difficult to watch. Local historian David Fisk says the film may be brutal, but the reality was even more so.
I don't think it was too brutal. If you read Northup's book, he basically says it was a rare day that a slave didn't get whipped for some reason or other, whether he deserved it or not. And in the film, the scenes that they show of brutality are pretty brutal, but they're not continual the way it was, according to Northup.
The film's director, Steve McQueen, says the focus on the film's violence is unwarranted.
I mean, most films that you see nowadays depict violence in the most horrific way, but they are not spoken about in the same breath as this. I think the reason being because this actually happened, and people somehow do not want to seem to sort of look at this particular time in history. I mean, the Second World War lasted 5 years. There are hundreds and hundreds of films about the Second World War and the Holocaust. Slavery lasted 400 years. I mean, there's less than 20. I mean, we have to address that balance, and we have to sort of look at the time in history because, I mean, scholars have said in order to understand America, one has to understand slavery.
McQueen could be on the verge of becoming the first black filmmaker to win an Oscar for Best Director. The raw power of what he's created leaves little doubt of his worthiness. Amanda Walker, Sky News, Saratoga Springs, New York.